They all want to become Scrum Master, but they're not acting like it. They're not behaving like it. There is one thing that separates those who make it and those who stay stuck forever. And today I will show you what priority really means. I am experiencing this with most of people, okay? Most of those who wants to become Scrum Masters. They all want to become Scrum Master, but they're not acting like it. They're not behaving like it. Okay? Because if you want to secure your first Scrum Master job, there is one thing that separates those who make it and those who stay stuck forever. And no, it's not another certification. It's not rewriting your resume 10 times. It's about priority. Okay? And today, like now, I will show you what priority really means. Okay? So imagine this. You're in a car with your friends. Suddenly, you get into a bad accident. Okay? You're fine, but one of your friends is in critical condition. Now, do you stop and think, should I call for help? Should I research my options first? Of course not. You act immediately because it's a priority now. You know what I mean? That's exactly the level of urgency you need if you truly want to become a Scrum Master. You should never second guess your actions. You need to act right now. Because becoming a Scrum Master, first of all, is not a hobby, right? It's not something you try on weekends or if you have time, you will apply. No. If you want a six-figure Scrum Master career, it has to become like your oxygen. Okay? You need to live and breathe it. Like the only thing you're thinking about it, right? The only thing is what you need to think about is what is I still need to become or to secure that Scrum Master job. A lot of people think they are ready to apply. Most of them are not even ready. A lot of people always blame the job market. Well, yes, there is a competition. There is competition, but September actually it was a good month for Scrum Master because in 2025 September was the most numbers of Scrum Master vacancies. And October will be almost the same. We're declining in November, of course, as every year, but September was a very good month. And yes, there's still competition, but are you ready for that competition? So you really need to live and breathe everything about studying daily, practicing daily, making sure that your resume is up to date, making sure that you're doing the small steps you need to do every day to secure that job. Okay? You actually need to invest in your time, your money, and your energy here. Okay? By the way, my very first Scrum Master role, and I've shared my story. I always shared my story, and my story is the reason why I'm doing all of this. Is that I actually spent over 18 months to secure my first Scrum Master job. I actually also paid over $10,000 between coaches, 2 certifications, a resume writer, a LinkedIn also specialist. So investing is so important. A lot of energy. I wanted to quit. And you also need to decide boldly, like no backup plan, no hesitation, no excuses. Think of think of it like there's a wall in your back. There's no going back. You know what I mean? It's either this or nothing. A lot of people come to me with, yeah, I would like to become a project manager or a scrum master. Well, it's not going to happen. You need to decide you want to become a project manager or a scrum master, and then you're going to work on it. Now, now I'm talking about your very first job. If you have experience over 6 years, it's going to be easier for you. But I'm talking about those who are looking for their first Scrum Master job or even for their first project management job. Okay, you need to decide on one role, take action, like focus on that. This is the difference between the people who talk about becoming Scrum Masters and the ones who actually get hired. Okay? The ones who treat it as a priority are the ones to win. And by the way, that's why I called it Scrum Master hackers. We are hacking the system. We're not waiting for perfect timing. We're not hoping here. We are playing to win. In the classroom, the 6 steps are the shortcuts, is the hacking. A lot of people, they go, they've done good. Like, I mean, they invested in their time, energy, and money. They went and got trainings. They got a certificate training and they got the certificate, which is good, but they don't know where they are. They're not really guided. They need to ask for guidance. So my question for you is, are you treating this as a priority or just a wish? Okay? So the people here, you can, if you want, tell me if your actions are actually are actions for priorities. Okay? Like what actions are you making? And this is where I can help you to tell you if your actions are good enough to secure that job. If you're doing everything it takes to secure that job. This is also, that was the type of guidance I got when I first secured my first Scrum Master job. Okay? And by the way, you see those 6 steps I put in the classroom? When I first started to help people, there were not 6. There were, I remember, like 15 steps, 20 steps. But I've always figured out how to tweak things. I started to get a lot of results from people like you starting in 2018, by the way. 2018, it was like whatever we have today, okay, started to be immersed in 2018, where I really started to really understand what is needed to get interviews and to secure that job. Like because in 2018 is when I started to sit down with hiring managers. You know what I mean? So I'm not only on the side of Scrum Masters, but also now I know the other side, what they're doing, how they're thinking, how they take decisions. This is how I started to really understand and really shrink down the steps into 6 now. Okay? Awesome. So when I ask you which step are you, I can really help you, you know, unstuck yourself, because a lot of people are stuck. They don't know what's going on. A lot of people, by the way, that was 2 days ago. I chatted with someone, a school member, okay, community member. And I asked him, where are you with your progress? It's been a long time. You haven't talked to me. He told me he quit. He gave up. Told him why. I asked him why. He told me, well, I never got an interview. Then I asked him because I knew his situation. I knew that he didn't have a safe certificate, for example. I asked him, are you still without a safe certificate? He said, yes. I told him, then don't blame the job market. Blame yourself. We know where the problem is. You know where the bottleneck. Okay, don't tell me you gave up because the job market was not fair with you. No, you did not take care or took those 6 steps seriously. Okay, and every step we have is like is because of something we know. In 2018, we didn't have to have a scaled agile certificate. People could, with just a PSM or CSM, get interviews. Now it depends on how well they do their interviews, they get jobs. But in 2018, 2019, without SAFE, we could get interviews. But now it's impossible. So take it seriously. And if you really want to become a Scrum Master and secure that 6-figure job, it's not easy. It takes to invest time, energy, and money, of course. Okay? Awesome. Now, the good news for everyone here in the SMH community is that you have guidance. You can ask for guidance. You can always post or chat with me, ask me questions that can unstuck you and move forward. Okay? And if you need support, we have that kind of support. The SMH program, the Gold program, we all have that. If you don't need support, perfect. The 6 steps are here. Ask me questions. Let me help you. Don't blame the job market. Yes, over 100 applicants apply for the same job. Yes, but 98% of them are unqualified. And by the way, the first 2 hours when they post the job, they already took a decision who to interview. So if you applied 2 days later, you will not get an interview. Okay, I did not make those rules. Hiring managers are telling me that. They wait 24 hours The ATS machine decide who to interview, by the way. It's not a human. Hiring managers are not the ones to go over the applications. ATS filter out. If the hiring manager asks the ATS, it's a software system, they can put a number saying, I want the best five to interview. The ATS filter out everyone else, give the hiring manager five best resumes. If you don't have hands-on experience, you will never get an interview. So it's not just about certifications, of course. So someone yesterday told me, okay, so you're telling me that I also need SAFE, but will I guarantee interviews? I said no. He told me then why do I want to get a SAFE certificate? I told him SAFE is minimum requirement certification, but also you need a very strong resume, and in the resume you need hands-on experience. So it's not just certifications. Okay? Awesome. Who has questions? Concerns? What are your actions?
Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm at the point where I need to get my SAFE certification, and I know you had a course previous months, but do you have any suggestions where to go for training or to get the certification?
Every week we're doing it because a lot of people are asking for it, and we are like our safe training is like a quarter of what the fees are on scaledagile.com. So if you want to get the training either with us or scaledagile.com, you go there, you find a trainer. Okay, if you're the East Coast, like Eastern time, of course you want to find someone who can work with your timing. It's a 16 hours training. Most of them are like for $800 or more. Okay, ours is 597, but you also get bonuses that you will never get somewhere else. Like for example, we have a recording of a sample exam. You go over it, you practice, you make sure you pass it from first attempt. That's one of the bonuses. Another bonus is like 50 interview questions with their answers just related to safe. Okay, what other bonuses do we have? Uh, Let me see. Yeah, after your safe certificate, once you finish your safe certificate, like I mean, once you get the certificate, you will have a one-on-one strategy call with me. And also there is that bonus is amazing. The Scrum Master first month success plan. It's a plan of your first month when you get the job. You're gonna you're gonna um, you're gonna impress. Okay, you will know exactly what to do. You will not feel lost, and you will like look very smart in front of your new teammates. Okay, Thomas? Awesome. Nika,
Hey, good morning, Omar. Good morning,
hello.
everyone. Hi, thank you for the
You're
talk.
welcome.
For me, I have a couple of questions I want to ask you. I
Hmm.
know that, like you said, you've invested so much in this safe. I, for one, have not in the program, not safe as a whole. I have done a lot of training on this before I decided to go to the project area. Like when you said, when we started initially, we didn't need safe. But I came from America, so most of the things we did there were they didn't really need project technical whatever. So after a while, when I got into Canada, most of the questions they have when you have they are looking for is they want a bit of project management experience, the project management, the complete life cycle, those experiences they want to. So I thought about, okay, why don't I add value, add these experiences? That's where I went into my project management. Before I didn't think I needed SAFe until you started telling me that I needed SAFe, and I saw based on the job descriptions what I was going for.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that what you actually said was true. Most of them are not looking for not just at the team level now, they want the organizational level. You should
Mm-hmm.
understand SAFe very well. So, but
Yes.
one thing I've experienced from my experience that I've met lots of agile coaches, people that are looking for Scrum job that are transitioning want an experience like organizations always want you to have an experience that you have worked as a Scrum Master somewhere, which in a way we've all done. Like I am coming from an HR background, we've actually facilitated projects, but they want you to have experience like, and you coming from another area, another country, and you've not actually facilitated those Scrum whatever in Canada here. Now you are stuck. It's like you're starting all over again. You understand? So maybe you transitioned and you want to go into Scrum Master proper, and you're stuck because you don't have that experience as a Scrum Master in Canada. So, in what area? I've met a lot of people on this discussed. Are we help? Are we? Can we further help people that want to work as Scrum Master? They know what it takes to do this thing, but that experience the organization are looking for, that you worked in so place in this place. How can we help them achieve this goal? It has been my challenge. I've not been able to get a good response on this because I can have all the experience, I can have all the certification you said, but I want to know: have you worked as a Scrum Master in so field here? Thank you.
Yeah, Nika, I know that you have lately registered for the SAFE training, right? To become certified. So if you've been applying before that, if you've been applying without that SAFE, this is one of the reasons why you're not getting interviews. Okay. Another thing is you talked about the job descriptions, right? In the job descriptions, by the way, they will not in every Scrum Master job description, you will see something related to SAFE. However, every company is working in a SAFE environment, in a scaled agile environment. I'm not saying it's only SAFE. It can be Nexus, discipline agile, Scrum at scale, anything. You know what I mean? But the essential here is every company is scaling agility, and SAFE is the one they trust most, the most popular, if you want, also. That's why SAFE is very valuable as a certificate. Okay. So you talk about, yes, in job descriptions they're asking for SAFE, and some of them they don't even ask for SAFE, but if you apply without SAFE, ATS will filter you out. Okay. You will not get an interview. Another thing, you also talk about Scrum Master project management as one role. Yes, there are a lot of project management Scrum Master as one role. Okay. And I'm not against that. Okay. Two different methodology, but that's not true. We can become a Scrum Master, a coach, someone who help teams become better teams, and also manage a product or a project. Okay. So me, when I want to apply for Scrum Master jobs, I also apply for project management job, even if they don't mention anything about Agile or Scrum. Okay. You also need to do that.
Okay.
However, make sure that for every job application you're applying to, you're creating a new resume for that job. And it only takes you 2 minutes with ChatGPT. Okay? And I explained that in the resume course I have in the classroom. Step 6. Okay? So, and by the way, I'm also working on creating a new AI Scrum Master course to really show you how I use the AI every day as a Scrum Master at job. Okay? Neka,
Okay.
did I answered all of your questions? Because some of your
No, you
questions
didn't
maybe
answer
I
all.
did not
Mm,
understand well.
yes, one more, the major. This ones I've actually gone to your the classroom. I've been following it, and I started following it before I joined here. Remember, we talked about it, and you sent me the stuff. So I've actually worked on those steps you talked about. What I'm
So
talking about
you were in a different kind of agile coach and right?
yes, I was. Yes, yes. I've had like three or agile coaches, but you walked me through the way to write my resume in the right way. You actually taught me a lot. Listening to
Perfect.
you, you sent me some link that I use, and that was what caught my interest. Like I told you that I've been able to
Awesome.
weigh you and the other coaches. You have so much to offer, and I really can really listen to you. But one thing that is still taking me that I'm still trying to understand is people who don't have that um, Scrum Master experience. I mean, their job description, what they
Uh-huh.
transition to Scrum, but they've
Yeah.
not gained that experience.
Uh-huh.
How can
Yes.
they put on their resume that I worked in so place? That's my
Good
last question.
question. Good question. So for your very first Scrum Master job, you don't have experience. How can you show experience? Right? You can do that in many ways, and some ways are much better than others. Okay. First of all, by yourself, if you don't need any support from me, like the SMH program or the SMH Gold program, if you don't want that, you can, using ChatGPT, copy paste your current resume, your current jobs, and ask. And by the way, it's in the course, the resume course, step 6. Okay, the hired, because when, sorry, it's step 5. Step 5 is applications. Okay, in step 5, there is a resume course where I show that even if I was whatever, like a customer service role, I come in with my resume. I ask ChatGPT, look, I'm transitioning to a Scrum Master role. Help me create a Scrum Master resume. Okay. ChatGPT will go over your resume, look at the soft skills that you need to have as a Scrum Master, and they highlight them. Like the bullet points in your resume will be only related to Scrum Master role, okay? The day-to-day activities like communication, collaboration, facilitations, you know, uh, and all of that. So you can do that, okay? Now, next to your customer service role, in your resume, you have to put your role like customer service. Now, to not be filtered out from an ATS, you need to put customer service slash Scrum Master as your role. Even if you were not a Scrum Master, just put it there, you know? But you were a customer service, and the bullet points are related to your Scrum Master role, the role you want to be. Okay, that is one way. Another way is you actually need to have experience. How? Well, you need to run workshops. A Scrum Master run workshops, right? Workshops about How do we better create user stories? How to estimate user stories? How to work with product owners, right? The 5 why problem solving workshops. Those are workshops. In the SMH program and the Gold program, we let you run those workshops. Okay? You have a chance to work to run those workshops, to have experience, so you can actually add it in your resume. Okay? Because it's important when you do interviews and they ask you about a scenario, you really need to live live it so you can really give better answers. Okay? So you have a chance to have hands-on experience running workshops, uh, having coaching sessions. So you prepare a presentation about a subject and you come and coach us, okay? In the SMH program and the Gold program, you have a chance to give that presentation. And by the way, if you don't do that and you were part of the SMH program and the Gold program, well, you're doing yourself a disservice. Okay? You really need to run workshops and coaching sessions so you have experience, okay? Now, for those in our Gold program, for example, they do those sessions and we add our company name in their resume with years of experience. So you don't get filtered out again from the ATS. Okay? By the way, don't be afraid of doing that because do you remember when I started this session, I talked about being aggressive, a priority? Well, a resume will only get you an interview. If you're not good as a Scrum Master, if you did not practice your interviews, you will never get the job. It's not the resume that gets you the job. So if you put stuff that is not technically right, anyways, it's not gonna get you the job, but it might get you an interview chance. Okay? Awesome. Any other questions?
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry to be coming in on the tail end there, but I caught a lot just from that little bit that I heard. So um, I understand completely because there's one job here that they're just spamming the crap out the job, and I'm afraid I might fall behind because of what you said because of that very reason. So I'm gonna get on the ball here. Hopefully in the next few days I can pay for everything so I can get on the Scrum Masters Hackers program. So
No
thank you
problem,
for
Jay.
that comment.
Yes. But Jay, you have many balls in your hands. Jay, I
Yeah.
remember you're doing a master degree.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you need to focus. Look,
Correct.
this session I started with something important. I want you to rewatch this.
Roger.
Okay?
Roger that.
Priorities is key to secure a Scrum Master job. This is the title.
Roger that. So it's a good thing for me to come in. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. So, but Jay and everyone, if you need, like I said, just using the community, going over the steps, asking your questions in the chat in the community by posting or asking me questions, you're gonna get a lot of value and you're gonna get yourself unlocked and moving forward. Okay, as long as you're posting, as long as you're asking questions, okay? You don't limit your belief, okay? If you limit your belief, you're gonna give up. But if you need support, if you need to go much faster, of course, two programs that can help you. Okay, awesome, perfect. By the way, Jay, and for those who were in the army, SAFE have collaborated with a company to pay for all veterans safe certifications and trainings.
I just saw that. One of my buddies who was part of that told me about they were doing safe for the government up in DC. So yes, thank you. Because I definitely got to jump on board with that because of course, as you know, I'm juggling a lot. So I'm
Yeah,
learning
but
to
you
do.
need you have all the minimum requirements already. So also don't go for another shiny object. You know what I mean? Like now your focus should be getting a job, not another
Yes,
certificate. You're gonna
yes,
get other certificates once you get the job. I mean, everyone here, once you get a job, don't stop learning. I've got a lot of people with 3, 4 years of experience. They're not able to get another job. So they either their contract stopped or there are no budgets for them anymore and they're looking for the next Scrum Master job and they're not able to get even interviews. Well, that is because they did not keep themselves up to date with the learning. Okay, Scrum Masters never stop learning. Always get new certificates. And if you were an employee, so if you get a job as an employee, let your company pay for those. Otherwise, if you're a consultant, so you're getting only contracts, you need to pay them for yourself. Okay?
Can I ask you a question? So regarding you talked about whatever like customer service and Scrum Master together. So if you have on my resume is usually Agile Project Manager or Agile Project Coordinator. Do I still need to put Scrum Master? But they carry like the Scrum activities.
Well, look, we
Yeah.
need to
Then
be
the one happening on normal
optimized.
projects.
We need
Yeah.
to be
So
optimized. Okay? Do not use Agile Project Coordinator. Change that to Scrum
okay.
Master, for example.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah.
Mhm.
And even if you put a role Agile Project Manager, put slash Scrum Master as well. I just want to
Okay.
see Scrum Master in your resume because still ATS still looking for those exact words. Even
I
though
guess
a
that's
Scrum Master real name is a team coach. Okay?
okay.
Because you should not be only a master of Scrum. You also need to be a master of other agile methodologies like Kanban, XP, Crystal, whatever. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Nexus, those scaling agile.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you have a safe certificate, also you need to know Nexus, know discipline agile, Scrum at scale. They all are almost the same, but I want you to really open your mindset and be open for all of these different methodologies, see the differences between them, and this way you have a really strong baggage of experience. You can, because by the way, I've never worked in a place where they took, for example, safe by the book. Okay? I always have to come in, put my experience in, depends on what really matters to the business. If something from safe doesn't make sense now, I don't integrate it. Okay, maybe I get something from somewhere else. We need to be very flexible.
Thank
Okay?
you for that information. I think that was very key. I didn't put Scrum Master, but all activities of Scrum Masters, I
Yeah,
have them,
awesome.
but I don't put myself as Scrum Master.
Perfect. Now, are you in the SMH program, Nika, or just the safe?
I think I'm in
Because
the community, but I'm not in the other one.
okay, community and safe. Okay, but because in
Mm.
the SMH program we go over your resumes. Okay,
Okay, I
so
really want to do that resume.
so
Just if you can
someone
give me.
have to
I'll
look at your
chat you up and
resume.
talk about it. Okay,
Okay.
okay. I'll chat you.
Someone have to look at your resume, but do that after you get your certificate. All right. Yes, Jay.
So I'm gonna ask the question because I guess it's I don't want to be a money grab, but how valuable is the ACP to Scrum Masters? Do we even need it, or is it just something? It's a money grab for PMI, and us as Scrum Masters just focus on, like you said, Nexus, less
I
safe.
totally understand. This is a level 1 Scrum Master certificate, exactly like PSM1 or the CSM. So you don't need it.
Thank you. So I can scratch that off my
Yes.
shiny object
But it's
list.
good to have a PMP,
Yes.
okay? If you don't have it yet, go get it after you get a job as a Scrum
Okay.
Master.
Okay. Thank you.
Sorry,
Awesome.
just to add to what you said, I have a PMP, but what I was going to advise, based on the new PMP, is the project manager, whatever. I think it's all in one. You don't have, if you have that, you don't even need the PMP.
Yeah,
So
because the
just
PMP exam now
find
have
out that
over
information.
70% related to agility.
Yeah, so they have one new one they brought out that has to do with Agile and everything. You don't need the PMP if you have that one. Just an updated information on that part.
Awesome. Katie.
Hi, Omar. Thanks for the information you've been sharing. I've certainly found it very useful. I had a quick question, which I put in the chat. I'm not sure if you saw it.
Yeah,
Thanks
we
for
can
sharing
chat with it if you want.
Oh, we can chat separately on that?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Oh, that's it. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Any other questions? Who do we have here? We have people I haven't seen before. Hey, Phil.
Hi, Omar. Nice to have you. Nice to be part of your session. Thank you for all your hard work. I have a quick question for you.
Yeah.
For the SAFE program, how long does it take to complete? I'm
4
asking
days.
because I'm getting it's 4 days.
Yes.
That's it? Ah,
Yep.
okay. Deal. I'll sign up
Now,
because
4 days of training. Okay.
and then you have to write the
Then,
exam.
like I said, I have a bonus, a video that you need to go over. It's 2 hours video.
Yes.
You need to look at the questions, take notes, because I also explain the question and explain how you need to think behind it to better answer it. Okay. So the whole thing, it's like 2 hours. You do that, and then you can go and do the exam.
And can I go through you for the exam, or have to go through?
Yeah, it's through me because the license is with me. It's within
Okay.
the cost. It's 597 Dashon.
Okay. All right. Very good. So my last question related to all this is, now that we're in October, what's the duration typically from what you've experienced for someone to start to finish? How long will it take? The reason I'm asking is because I'm scheduled to do my PMP in November exam, but I'm just trying to schedule my timing properly.
Okay. Okay. Awesome.
So just, yeah, if you can give me just a rough idea, should I wait till November to do it, or should I start now in October?
Well, you need to focus on one thing at a time. Like PMP
Well,
is not, I hate PMP exam. It's 4 hours and
yes.
you know what I mean?
I wasn't successful in August. That's why I'm doing it again in November now.
Okay. I can't
Okay, so
sit 4 hours
oh, it
for
was
an
horrible.
exam.
Horrible.
I don't have PMP, by the way. I don't have
Okay,
it.
so we're in the same
Yeah.
boat. And Jay.
October 21st for me. I'm scheduled to take it October 21st, just before my daughter's wedding.
For PMP?
Yep.
Jay?
Look, I felt it back in February, so I understand completely. So, I know Omar was saying I have a tendency to chase shiny objects, but I know that one was one, even though they have a lot of agile, I see a lot of jobs still asking for the traditional waterfall side, and I don't know
Yes.
why, but
Banks, usually banks, yeah.
Not only
Okay.
banks, not only banks.
Well, yeah, financial services space, they typically are keen on making sure you've got PMP behind you.
Well, if you have PMP, I mean, you open more doors,
Right.
right? Like for me, for example, I really narrowed down my options to 3 roles: Agile coach, RTE, Scrum Master. I don't want to get a Scrum Master / project management job, you know?
Right.
Long time ago, yes, because I wanted a new contract. I want, you know, a new job. So I applied for Scrum Master / project management. But today, I only apply for those 3 roles.
Got it. Okay, cool. So I just have to, I guess, manage my time schedule between now and November better and see if I can get the safe out of the way and off to the races.
Yes.
Any discounts available that you can help us with the course?
The license of $200 is included in that.
I see. Okay.
It's going to be very hard to do any discounts on that.
I thought by being part of your group, Omar, and a big fan and advocate of all the things that you do for us, I thought maybe we could squeeze some type of discount. But
Oh, by the way, if you go on the website, the real number is $1,095.
Oh, geez. Okay.
It's $597 for the members. Yes.
Got it. Okay, I'll stop complaining.
Awesome. This is fun. How is everyone? Anyone else? Do we have other people? We have Olamide. We have
Yeah, hi everyone. It's my first time
okay.
and my first week transitioning into Scrum. So
Awesome.
it's been good. It's been
Awesome.
good. Thank you, Omar, for this platform. It's really good and nice to meet everyone as well.
You're welcome. I really hope that that it's simple enough, you know. I hope that it's valuable enough as well. And I hope that you can get the result you wanted. However, you know, to dance tango, you need 2 people, right? It's not just me and this program. As I explained earlier, it should be your priority. Otherwise, it's going to be hard to get the job.
Yeah, so like you can see on the school platform, I have been, it's something that I want because I'm in at the stage where I'm transitioning, like I said. So I'm having to put in time, even taking time off work to just, study, try real life examples as well, look at other resources. But your videos and the resource on the classrooms have been good. And I'm
Awesome.
trying to also, update my streak so that at least maybe I can qualify for the free classes, even though I plan to take the safe class, soon as well. So I plan to register as well. But
Perfect.
I
Before
need
safe
to,
for you, Olamide, before safe, you need to get the PSM1 first.
yes, I'm working
Okay.
towards that.
This is foundation. This is Scrum at team level. Understand that, and then you need to understand scaling agility. Jay is asking, what is the next framework in your opinion should we use as Scrum Masters should pursue after SAFe? Well, I mean, if you're talking about methodology, I want you to be very good, a master of Kanban, for example. If you master Scrum and Kanban within SAFe, you're amazing. Okay, you're gonna help a lot of teams.
I was more or less specifically talking about like safe. Well, I mean, not safe, but Nexus or like you said, Crystal or XP. What should we to be a more well-rounded Scrum Master, what should
Kanban
we pursue?
Kanban is also a methodology. Do you know that? Kanban there,
Yes.
don't be confused, everyone. There is a Kanban board where we
Mhm.
use it everywhere, and a
Mhm.
Kanban methodology. Okay.
Yes.
So yes, Kanban. If I were you, also Nexus.
Okay.
Okay. Discipline Agile is so important, even more important than
That's what it was.
Nexus. Okay. However, you don't need to go get those certifications.
Okay.
Once you get safe, that's it. You have a scaled Agile certificate. You understand scaling. You know, a certificate is just a way to tell people, look, I understand this subject. Okay, if you get a safe certificate and a Nexus certificate, well, it's the same subject. Both of them are scaling agility.
Okay.
Okay, unless you want to become, for example, like every Scrum Master, you need to know something, by the way. Important. Do not work as a Scrum Master more than 5 years. After 5 years, you need to level up. Okay, like becoming an RTE, becoming an Agile coach then. Okay, those, like to become an RTE Agile coach and an SPC consultant, those are 3 different roles other than Scrum Master, which you can become. But you need like 5 years to become a Scrum Master so you can become an RTE, another 3-4 years to become an Agile coach. And now when you have like 10 years of experience, you can really go get your SPC, become a safe expert, and start integrating safe for companies. You know what I mean? So don't stop on becoming a Scrum Master. That's why I told you to don't stop learning. Go get your RTE certificate. That's a higher level. So you become an RTE one day. And then go get an LPM certificate, the Lean Portfolio Management. So you can also become maybe an Agile coach. And then go get an SPC so you can integrate safe or implement safe at companies. You know, never stop. Any last questions? No more questions? Okay.
Not a question, just a fellow warning to the group. Be careful, guys, out there for scammers, especially if you're in job search mode, because at this time of year, they're actively out there. And I experienced something yesterday that I almost got burned. I was trying to get a role with RBC, and this recruiter I was dealing with turns out wasn't a recruiter, it was a scammer. And they were asking for money and all this nonsense. And as soon as he started sending me details on where I should send him the payment, I said no. See you later, and I ended the conversation. But just there's a lot of that out there, so just heads up for people out there in job search mode, because of the time of year, these recruiters or these scammers are out there in full force.
100%. By the way, there are no recruiters that are going to ask you for your social security number.
Yeah.
Okay. Or that, well, sometimes they ask for address, but I mean, once you actually do an interview and they want to hire you, this is when they ask for security numbers and more information about you for the background check and all of that.
Right.
Yes. Awesome.
Sorry to be negative. I just thought I'd share it because it was a fresh experience.
Yes. And by the way, for me now, it's very easy to find someone is a scammer. You can always put in the community and let me help you, or in the chat. I can right away. And it's better if you also copy paste the email. Okay, the email that you receive, for example, because from there I can find if it's legitimate or not.
Yeah, this guy was legitimate, but then what happened was he was deferring the setup of the recruitment part to a third party, and that third party was a scammer.
Ah, okay.
Too many hands in the pot.
Perfect. Well, thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Omar. Thank you, everybody. Take care.
Have a nice day, everyone.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye
Thanks,
bye now.
Omar. Bye. Bye, everyone.